Okay, what is up, guys? Today we are going to be talking about K strategy, R strategy versus M strategy. But before that, I would like to make a video to clarify the realization of race, whether you like it or not, despite how PC things have become. Because when you look at a black man and you look at a white man, you know in your head, deep down secretly, even if you're some ultra liberal or not, that there is a fundamental difference within race. And it's not just via the means of appearance. So what do I mean by that? Let me sort this computer out. So what do I mean by that is that different races have different behaviours, different attitudes, different learning rates. But I'm talking too much about the mental stuff that ventures into IQ, which I know is going to anger a lot of people, so I am going to talk about the more physical stuff first that is easier to see, so then you believe me more when I start venturing into the mental stuff, the mental aspects of what I am saying. So what I'm saying is that race is real. You cannot deny race. For example, um, sub-Saharan Africans tend to be a lot taller and more muscular than East Asians on average, who are quite short. Different races produce are different heights, have different bone matters, produce different hormones. Obviously, with their skin, they have sensitivity to the sun. That's why you have dark skin, and that's why you have light skin. Some races produce long, straight hair, like Europeans, long, soft, straight silk hair, while other races produce more rougher, textured, nappy hair, like sub-Saharan African. Some races are better at growing facial hair, like Middle Eastern Arabs, while some people are not good at growing beards, like Native Americans. So, so now that you've seen the appearance side of things, let's now talk about the inside stuff before we talk about the more intellectual type of stuff. So you don't think I'm saying a bunch of horseshit and being a racist and calling people dumb and whatnot. So let's talk about the hormone stuff now that I've just talked about the basic physical appearance of looking at someone. Okay, so different races produces different testosterone rates. And this is all due to climate. So climate impacts hormones. For example, when it comes to testosterone rates, sub-Saharan African produces the highest, then Arab, Middle Eastern, then European, then Mexican, then Native American, then South Asian, Indian, and then Chinese last. So that's the whole testosterone rate thing. And obviously when it comes to IQ now, different races have different correlations of intelligence and act in different ways, and pursue different types of hobbies. That's That's why different races have different types of culture. So there's a correlation between cultural practice and race, because culture is the celebration of a race, or racial attributes of behavior, if that makes sense. So when it comes to IQ, from what I know, it's Jews are first, then East Asian, then European, then then Arab Middle Eastern, then South American, Latin American, and then Indian, and then African last. So that's the whole IQ thing there. And of course, I'm not saying one race is superior to the other. Because if you're a black person, you say, oh, well, black people have highest testosterone and highest bone matter and we're taller. So that means we're the superior race physically. Not really, because I'm sure there's some Europeans who can run faster than some Africans. And when it goes to the other way, when a white person starts bragging, even though white isn't even for the first best in IQ, it's like third, start saying, oh, we are so much more smarter than Arabs and Africans and Indians and all that type of stuff. Well, look at somebody like Neil deGrasse Tyson, who's an astronomer, and he is black, and compare him to some, I don't know, white trailer trash hillbilly type person. You can clearly see which one is smarter, regardless of race. So I'm not talking about individuals here, I am talking about collective. And when I'm talking about collectives here, I am talking about evolution of humanity, and how we have all split into different things that are still the same thing, and those different things should be celebrated as our diversity of our human existence. So I'm not being racist here, so it's just all speculation of biology, genetics, evolution, and some say, oh, well, you're just using this science or this pseudo-science as a guise to sort of justify your racism. That's not true. It's just, I don't hate any race. I'm just, I'm interested in what's it called, evolution, science, Darwinism, and all that type of thing. And as humans, we're no different to animals. So it's just a form of zoology. So yeah, and you can't deny that. So yeah, and another thing is, if you go around thinking that you are in fact a danger, if you go around thinking all races are the same, because here is why. Because if you don't embrace the genetic difference amongst the races, you are a danger, because let's just say different races suffer from different conditions. For example, Afro-Caribbeans suffer more from cardiovascular disease, while South Asian Indian suffers more from diabetes. So if a black person was to go to hospital over a heart condition, and you were a heart surgeon, and you were to give them a genetically different heart, a heart that was too genetically different, like a Chinese heart, guess what? They're going to die. That's why having this equality type of view and ignorance is going to lead to death if you don't see the realization of basic common sense and simplicity. But hey, in today's age, we sort of deny that there's two genders and totally disregard that there's X chromosomes and Y chromosomes. So, what do I know? So, like I said, you can just say, "Oh, look at this Native American. Oh, come drink with us." Don't forget that was all propaganda. Drink the fire water. He goes gulp gulp gulp. Guess what? He hasn't got the enzymes to digest it because he's different fundamentally. He overdoses and he dies, or he gets addicted to the substance. So that was just another example since I went on about diabetes and cardiovascular disease and all that type of thing. So, like I said, race is real. To deny it is unreal, and just celebrating the differences does not make you racist. It in fact makes you a scientist. And to the people who say that science is racist, or facts is racist, or evidence is racist, well, I don't know what to do with you there, because, okay, fair enough, there are some people that do make up a lot of pseudo conspiracy, pseudo facts, pseudo statistics to justify their bigotry, but I don't hate anyone. I'm just studying. I'm just really into biology, so I always have been, and the different ethnic groups are just a celebration of our ecology and diversity as living organisms, to put it together. So I hope that one clears it up for you. I will see you in the next one. Bye.